This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, what's going on? Today is Thursday. It is opening day of the Major League Baseball season. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man, and we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Hey, fellas, let me ask you, as the season will get started today, and as Tiger Woods plays his first round at Augusta, and as USD basketball makes a big hiring, these are stories that are on the top of my mind. Have you guys decided at all? Do you know when your first Padre game is that you're going to go to? Have you already thought through that yet?
I'm 95% sure I'm going to make my way there opening day against the Braves. I don't have a ticket yet, but I think I'm going to go.
And what day is that?
Next Thursday?
Next Thursday. Okay, because then Thursday, Friday, is it a 4-game series?
Yeah,
the
against the
Braves series?
Yeah.
Okay, because on Saturday the 16th, that's when my man Dale the Budman, Gary from Ego Trip, Fat Tony, and Dale puts on this event every year out behind the bullpen in left field, and I go to it every year. Turns out that weekend is a rough weekend because Saturday the 16th is Passover, Pesach, baby. I'll be up in Temecula at Avery Martinez's house.
You got to fast?
No. This is where you don't eat bread. And then Sunday is right into Easter. Do you guys realize that? So like Saturday should be like matzo ball soup and gefilte fish and like traditional Hebraic, kind of Passover dinner. And then Sunday, like a really good Jew that I am.
Right.
I mean, it's right into like the honey glazed ham.
Oh, yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. So I'm
buddy.
going from Pesach right into Easter, baby.
What
and
do
then
you guys do?
throw-
What did Jewish people do for Good Friday? Is that a thing?
For Good Friday, yeah. Good Friday, yay. It's the Black Crows. No, I don't think we do anything for Good Friday.
Got it.
No, I don't. Do you?
I don't do anything for anything.
Browner,
I've been eating red meat on Fridays. I'm sorry. I'm a bad Catholic, dude.
Browner, will you be celebrating Passover or Easter next week? Or both, like I am?
I don't. No. I will only celebrate Easter because of the baby. That's it. Because she likes bunnies and making baskets.
Okay,
So that's it.
Does
I saw
anybody
a
here?
of this like 30-year-old dude or 20-some-year-old dude that still lives at home, and his dad's like, for Easter this year, here's your baskets, and it was 2 empty Modelo 6-packs.
Yeah.
He's like, go find the beers. Happy Easter. I was like, dude, you got to get out of the house, man.
I'm going to invite you guys on the air right now. Next Saturday, April 16th, Temecula, Avery Martinez's house for Passover Seder. And Avery is probably going to be watching or listening at some point going, why are you inviting Grande and the Brown Man?
No,
and
see, you're a smart guy. You're a smart man.
Why?
Your answer is, I knew these two wouldn't go, so don't worry. I just look good by inviting them.
No. Actually, I think you guys would be great to come, and you guys be nice to share the dinner with you guys, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. And as it turns out, my 2 daughters are going to Coachella, so they're not going to the Passover dinner. So I'd love to have you guys. Really would.
Thank you,
It's a
man.
sincere invitation.
Thank you. I won't make it, but thank you.
Browner, you want to hang out with the Hebrews?
No, thank you. But I appreciate the offer.
If it were closer than Temecula, would you be interested?
No, because when it comes to religious holidays, I kind of don't get involved with other people's religious holidays. It's just out of respect, because I don't want to be rude for ignorance. Out of ignorance, I try not to be rude to other people's religious beliefs.
How nice is that? What a sweetheart you are. What a doll. What an angel. All right, listen, let's jump right in, because today is Thursday. It is April 7th, 2022, and today is officially the start of the Major League Baseball season. Something that, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago looked like could be in major jeopardy. But in a shortened spring training, let's hustle up. Let's get to it. Let's play ball. Baseball. So, Alex, come on. I'm going to ask you to do it every segment. I'm going to ask you to please read at least a paragraph of Hacksaw's baseball poem.
Okay.
All right. This is an homage to Hacksaw, who many years ago produced this poem about baseball. And we'll get through the whole thing, but it'll take the entire show to do it.
Okay. Well, I read a lot of it already. So I'll just start from the top. I'll give you the
Okay.
first two paragraphs.
Okay, I'm listening.
That's how it starts. Baseball is back, 2022 style. I think he edited that part. It's the green grass, blue sky, baseball under the sun, dome stadiums, and designated hitters. Remembering all the history and records of the games, the stars, and years gone by. Baseball is the personality on the field. Teddy Ballgame, Stan the Man, Duke of Flatbush. It's the Eminem Boys, Say Hey, Jackie Robinson, Charlie Hustle. It's the Bambino and the Iron Man, the Georgia Peach, Reggie Barr, and the Wild Horse of the Osage. Baseball.
Nice. Very nice read, by the way.
Thank you.
Browner, do you think if we sent you the poem, you'd like to do a dramatic interpretation like Alex is doing? No.
No, I just don't.
No.
I don't really understand or get the fixation on this
Mhm.
entire poem or character.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Well,
just
listen,
really wish
I'll tell you
Browner
right
could
now.
hear it from
No, I do too.
Hacksaw
Because
himself.
because Browner, here's what I'm gonna tell you something. You can act like you don't care and this isn't entertaining to you, but here's what I'm gonna tell you. Everybody who's tuning in today, that's a long time 1090 or Southern California sports radio listener. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, everybody who's catching up to us tonight on television on Channel 4 San Diego, everybody knows what we're talking about, and everybody else is enjoying it other than you.
that's okay. Again, like I've said, be yourself, whomever you are. If you're
Don't be a
listening to
follower.
this, be
Right. That's what
yourself.
he said. That's what he told us yesterday. Don't play Wordle.
I
Yeah.
struggled
Don't-
today.
Oh, really?
Here
all
we
6
see,
tries
and now
today.
it begins.
Tell me
Now
what the
it
Wordle
begins.
was today. Tell me what Wordle was today. Before we get into the Padres, tell me what Wordle
Oh, I
was.
don't remember.
Don't tell. Can I have a shot at it? Come on, Browner. Let's work together as a team here.
We play Wordle on the show every day now.
Wordle is being brought to us by Manscaped.
That's a cross promotion.
All right, let's just make it quick. It ends in Y and starts in F. Spoiler alert if you haven't played Wordle today.
Ends
Again,
in
you're
Y.
spoiling it.
Ends in Y. Starts with F, and it's a
5-letter word.
5-letter word. All right, and I can I put in letters or no?
I've already done it, so I can't really do it again on my
All
phone.
right, I give up. What is it?
Foray.
Fiery.
Foray?
Foray.
Foray. I was actually going to say foray.
Well, I gave you 2 big hints. Not that
I
many
know,
words
dang.
that start in F and end in Y.
All right, I gave up. I was going to start with Friday, but I think there's more than 5 letters.
Yeah, I think that's 6.
It's Friday.
Friday.
All right,
We'll start
all right,
Friday.
let's do this. Listen, I want to say this. I'm gonna start off with an opinion, and then we'll go into the we'll actually go into the facts of the story here. So look, particularly at the end of last year, I was very critical of the Padres general manager AJ Preller. To me, what happened last year, the way the Padres fell apart, the mismanagement of Tatis and where he was going to play given his injury, the fact that the previous 2 managers were all puppets, et cetera, I was very critical of AJ Preller. In fact, I mean, not just critical. I think I called for his firing. Okay.
Multiple times.
But the Padres weren't going to do it. They had just given him a contract extension. And moreover, ownership had publicly been promoting Preller as this baseball genius. So if they fire the guy because the Padres go from finally making it to the postseason in the shortened season 2 years ago to crashing and burning tragically last year, if they fire the guy from an ownership perspective, it's an admission of, for as much as we've sold him to everybody as boy genius, you know what? He screwed the whole thing up. Screw him. Let's move on without him. By not firing Preller, which I think today, I'm going to have to say, the season hasn't started yet until tonight, but by not firing Preller, the Padres made the right move thus far. Here's why. Not only did Preller go out and get himself an experienced manager, the kind of manager that walks through the door and everybody, I don't care if you're Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, Jake Cronenworth, Will Myers, I don't care who you are on this team. Every guy on this team in uniform looks at Bob Melvin and they all go, big time. That's a big time manager. They may have looked at a guy like Bruce Bochy and they would have said, big time resume, a little older now, a little removed from the game. Hiring Bob Melvin thus far, before the season really gets started, seems like a genius move. Now, as the roster had holes in it, in the preseason and spring training, you got to give Preller credit. I have to give Preller credit. He has filled in the holes. He went out and got himself a DH from the Yankees. He went out and got himself an outfielder from the Dodgers. We've documented the lack of real depth in the outfield. And what he is doing right now to continue to construct this roster just as the season is about to start. Nobody's saying, hey, this is who we got. This is who we're going with. We'll see you at the trade deadline. He's making moves right now to improve this team before the season even really technically gets underway. And I thought what he did yesterday by getting rid of pitchers that we all know they're no good. I mean, listen, they're really good in the world, but in Major League Baseball, they're not that good. We've seen Chris Paddock over the years go from made-up character where he's decent on a really bad team to forget the character, forget the sheriff. He's just not very good on what is a somewhat improved team. Getting rid of guys that can't help you, especially for guys that only have small and short-term contracts. I think what A.J. Preller is doing right now is the payoff for not listening to loudmouths like me, for believing that he is as smart a baseball man as you have advertised him as all these years. So I'll just say this. I called for his firing. It's a new year. He's making moves. Things are looking good. We're 0-0. We don't know what the results are going to be. But the moves that Preller is making, I will admit, I like very much. So let's get to it. Grande?
I would like to ask Browner a question. Browner, does that sound like excitement to you?
It did.
It did to me too. Did to
I was
me
going to
too.
let him finish. I didn't want to interrupt. I was going to let him finish.
Mm-hmm.
But if that ain't excitement, I don't know what is.
No, man. Listen.
I don't know. Seems
Because
like opening day, you already broke his rule.
I think you're letting the opening day get the best of you personally, because
not letting it get the best of him.
Last I checked, Eric Hosmer's on this team. Last I checked, Will Myers on this team. Last I checked, they really didn't bring in some sort of like all-star. So
I mean, technically they did.
Are you saying addition by subtraction?
I'm saying that in particular, the move that was made yesterday to get rid of two pitchers that you don't have to be a baseball genius to figure out. Chris Paddock, trash.
That was this morning.
Yesterday, this morning. Emilio Pagan, trash. Okay. So when you take two guys that we all know can't help this team, and you take their salaries and you get rid of them, and you bring in a relief pitcher, which, by the way, I don't know if this relief pitcher is any good or not. I mean, I really don't.
He was an all-star.
Great.
So was Adam Frazier.
Yeah, I mean, these are really amazing credentials. He was an all-star.
Is that not worth anything?
Depends. Were there other guys from the Minnesota Twins on the all-star team?
Then that would mean I would have to know who was on the all-star team. I don't know.
Well, it would also mean we'd have to know who was on the Twins.
The Twins were decent last year. They weren't terrible.
All I'm saying to you is this. In an all-star game where every team has to have a representative, was he their representative?
Yes.
Okay. So was he's an all-star on his resume, but he was an all-star in theory because each team has to have an all-star. So, I mean, I'm not putting much into that part of the resume, that accolade, because I don't really know the guy's career. I'm just being honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know his career. But what I do know is this. You can call this excitement if you think it's excitement. I'm just giving credit where credit is due. When you get rid of guys like Paddock and Pagan who are not very good, Paddock cannot be a starting pitcher for the Padres. I mean, he might be a number 5. Somebody gets hurt, he moves into a 5 role. He's not a top level starting pitcher for this organization. He's been given many opportunities.
The thing that I will give Preller credit for in this specific move is that you've acknowledged that he has tapped out with what he can do for you. Now, the beauty in having a guy have an up, have a down, then kind of just get in the middle is another team will look at that and go, we can fix that. We could do something with that. Our ballpark might suit him better than yours did. Our pitching coach may be a little better at helping him here and there than yours was. Here's something something that you don't want. And he was able to do that when he still had value. So I think it's a good move. You get a guy back who you don't have to worry about a long contract. At the end of this year, he can go his own way if he doesn't perform for you. And if he does perform for you at the trade deadline, you can flip him for something else.
And the Twins are paying his salary basically, so it was a win-win all around. I agree with you, but I'm not
then
going to
they get
let
$6 million in cash
Yeah.
considerations.
Yeah, so I'm not going to let AJ Preller off the hook that easily. Like I'm not crowning his ass on before the first pitch of the season.
If you want to crown him, then crown their
make
ass.
moves.
What's that?
Didn't you want him to make moves?
I did want him to make moves, but I still
Is he not making moves?
He's making moves. Sure. How impactful will those moves be? TBD.
Right. Well, but again, I'm not
Like,
excited
brought a guy
about what
that
he
the-
brought in.
he brought
I'm
a guy-
excited about what he sent out.
But the thing is, you still need guys here to help you, which I don't know what he's brought. He's brought a guy that the Dodgers designated for assignment. He got a guy who's a DH, which they were desperate to get a DH. Great. That's my favorite move that he's done. Luke Voigt is my favorite move. It was likely maybe a position of need in first base, definitely in DH. Power hitter. That's the one that I gave him the A for. Everything else, we'll see. I don't know.
This guy strengthens your bullpen.
No, I'm impressed, Alex. I'm impressed with your even keelness. You said I sounded excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited in that I like that Preller got rid of guys that aren't going to be part of this thing, that aren't going to help.
Yes.
Okay. So I like the maneuvering. I don't know what he's really brought back other than a guy that's on a 1-year deal, very small money. And the reports are that the Twins are actually paying the deal.
Right.
So for me, I like getting rid of 2 guys that aren't very good for 1 guy that might actually be able to help you.
Yeah.
So I like the maneuvering. I like, though, that you're not letting the guy off the hook. You're not getting excited. See, Browner, this guy right here, he not getting excited before the All-Star break.
I just think it's
a little opening day emotion.
I just think it's a realistic expectations so far. It's like he made moves that should impact the Padres positively, but did he bring guys in that are going to be legit game changers? I don't think so. And you're going to rely on guys that were here last year to not completely fall off a cliff again. So as we've seen in the previous 2 seasons, the Padres started off super hot last year, and the 2020 season, they were hot the whole time. So they'll start off hot, hopefully. It's about not falling off. It's about not having a once-in-a-century collapse back-to-back years. So I think that
that's why it's called a once-in-a-century collapse.
Could be a twice in a century.
Hopefully it's only once, man. So I like that Preller has shipped guys out as well. Sure. I don't have to worry about watching Chris Paddock anymore. I don't have to worry about Pagan giving up home runs like it's a home run derby anymore. Sure. But is Taylor Rogers going to be your closer now? There's still a lot of questions on this team for me. I don't think Matt Beatty's a 162 game left fielder. But
CJ Abrams is on the opening day roster, which is something that I was asking for. Put your best players on the roster right now, and you're going to get that. I think the improvements, you're just a Debbie Downer. I've accepted that about you. So
I don't believe that, Alex. Just so you know, I don't believe you're a Debbie Downer.
I'm just not getting excited.
He's an Alex Downer.
No, I don't think he's an Alex Downer.
He's a Padilla Downer.
I don't think he's Padilla Downer.
Realist.
I think he's just an even keel.
Yeah. I don't think
Preller Padilla right now. I'm
Preller-
going to put all my P's together.
Browner, how about this? I'll put it this way. Preller has made my commitment of not getting excited very easy this offseason for me. But the injury to Tatis, that already is going to knock me way down. And then with the moves that he did make and the players that he did keep, he made my job of not getting excited very easy. I will say that the moves that he has made so far should improve this team.
All right, hold on for 1 second. We're going to actually get deeper into the moves that were made. We've started off here kind of generally speaking. We'll get more specific and we'll get into the details of the deals that were done, as Alex points out earlier this morning when I was like, oh, yesterday. Listen, time of day, whatever.
We're watching
okay.
Tiger. We get it, man.
I admit, listen, I'll tell you right now, 8:04 this morning, I was there watching Tiger tee off.
I was there at 7:34. What the hell?
Oh, me too, dude. I was there early. I was watching him on the range. I was watching him mark his golf balls. I was watching him go through his putting routine. I watched all of the Tiger Woods stuff earlier today. So we'll get back to the Padres in a second. Before we do, I just want to mention everybody, shout out to one of our great sponsors, Mazda of Escondido. MazdaofEscondido.com is the website. See Alan, he's the general manager. So when you walk in, they go, hi, can I help you? Go, Yeah, I just want to say hello to Alan, if you don't mind. Alan will come out. You go, hi, Alan. I'm whoever you are. I'm a great friend. I listen to Kaplan and Crew. I watch on YouTube. I watch on television. Scott's always talking about his 3 kids and their 3 Mazdas. The one Mazda, the CX-5 that my son left when he went off to school, I drive that car literally every day. Every single day I drive that car. It's great on gas. All the electronics and the bells and whistles are all like modern as modern technology as can be. And I just happen to love driving the car. And oh, by the way, my 15-year-old who signed up for her driver's permit test in early May, I'm kind of maybe letting her do a little bit of driving to get started. And she's driving that Mazda CX-5. So I'm having a great time in the vehicle teaching my 15-year-old how to drive. So I'm just going to tell you this. If you want fuel efficiency, reliability, affordability, come on up to Mazda of Escondido, MazdaofEscondido.com. They are on the Escondido Auto Park. They're really easy to find. And see Alan, he's the general manager, and he's going to want to take really extra good care of you because he wants you guys to tell us that you're loving your experience and you're loving your vehicle. And by the way, as Browner has pointed out many times, Mazda does have a fully electric vehicle now. So if you're trying to get away from gas and you want to go completely electric, Mazda's got an electric vehicle for you as well. All right, stick around. We're going to get deeper into the details of what the Padres did in advance of opening day. We'll get there next. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
Hanging out at the beach? What a lifestyle. And you could be here every day if you entered the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego.
Grand prize is this multi-million-dollar home 1 block from the ocean. Or you can win a sports car, a dream vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a fabulous prize. The Giving Back Raffle helps families in need, like the Uggan family.
Visit sdraffle.com to learn more.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on Your View.
So I became a dentist because I just love science and I love art. I have a music background, so I wanted to do something that I can use the hand dexterity that I've developed, through my musical training. We've had a practice in San Diego for 25 years. It's called the Super Dentist. For over 2 decades, I've had parents ask me the same questions on a daily basis. And so I decided to put all of this information in one place. I wrote a book. Title of it is If Your Mouth Could Talk. Because if your mouth could talk, it would tell you about the condition of your entire life. Right now, the oral care marketplace is a mess. And so we decided to launch a new company called Supermouth, which is a subscription model of oral care. And so we want to be proactively educating parents, providing the tools and the oral care products to make sure they can raise healthier, happier, more successful kids. The education piece is a key piece in our company, because if you're educated as a parent, you're going to do the right things. People can find my book, If Your Mouth Could Talk, themouthbook.com, and purchase the book there, and also get some special gifts to go along with the book.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on Your View.
It doesn't matter what your background is and where you come from. If you have dreams and you have goals, and that's all that really matters.
I belong to Charlie.
When you black, it's not a movement, it's a lifestyle. This is who we are.
The Rising. Check your local listings for air dates and times.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
Orange County Soccer Club got the 5-2 win in the U.S. Open Cup second round against the National Independent Soccer Association's LA Force on Tuesday night. 5 different players found the net for OCSC. Daniel Peterson got the scoring started in the 24th minute. It was his first OCSC goal. Not long after, Milan Iloski found the net off a header from an errant pass from the Force goalkeeper. Then 2 minutes later, Ugo Okoli tallied on more. Miko Kaningas added on to the scoring in the second half with a goal in the 53rd minute for his first goal of the season. Then in the 69th minute, Kobe Henry scored his second goal of his professional career, finding the net to seal the 5-2 win. OCSC's next round U.S. Open opponent will be announced on Friday. On Saturday, they'll take on San Antonio FC in USL action in a 2021 Western Conference Final rematch. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Yo, great friends, what's going on? This is Kaplan and Crew along with Grande and the Brown Man, and we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Blackjack, poker, table games on one side of the casino, Sammy's Restaurant and Bar, which is Sammy's Woodfire Pizza and other places around town. On the other side of the casino, great food, bar, games, location, 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego. You're going to love it. 7 Mile Casino and 7milecasino.com. Come on down and visit. So listen, today is the Padres opening day. Same for the Dodgers. I assume the Angels are playing today as well. I didn't really look to see. I'm kind of more Padres centric a little bit today. But yeah, the Astros and the Angels play, and the Dodgers. I'm just looking at the schedule right now. Dodgers are. Oh, really? Dodgers
play
do not play
tomorrow
today. Dodgers do not start with everybody else today. Okay. Okay. There
at
you go.
Colorado.
Okay. Listen. So let's go.
Oh, it's weird to see the Guardians.
You know what's weird about that? The Guardians versus the Royals today is this is earlier today, but my buddy Eric Zimmer, who's been on the show before, who's an anesthesiologist here in town, his two sons, I've told the story, they were both first-round draft choices. One of the Indians, now the Guardians, and one of the Royals. Well, the older son who played for the Royals, Kyle, he left this past offseason and he went to the Cincinnati Reds. And I actually don't even know if he's starting on the big league club. And the same goes for the Guardians. I didn't look to see if my boy Bradley Zimmer is starting with the big league club. So those two guys, usually be such a fun thing to see two brothers face off against each other, but one went to Cincinnati and I don't even know if the other one is on the big league club to start the season, although I kind of assume that he is. So, yeah, Guardians is kind of weird, isn't it? When you see that logo now? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so let's get to the Padres. Let's get back to where we were. Because today is one of those days where, yeah, I want to talk about Tiger. Browner, I know you want to talk about USD basketball and hiring Steve Lavin, but let's focus in on the Padres, and then we'll get to these other stories. Alex, if you could, put up on the screen for everybody watching, and for those of you listening on radio and on podcast, we'll walk you through this. For those of you watching on YouTube right now, and for those of you that will watch on Cox Channel 4 tonight, you'll be able to see all this. So go ahead, Alex, put it up on the screen. Let's see what the Padres did as they are still making moves going into the start of the season.
Yeah, they did a trade yesterday, shipping out Victor Caratini and some cash for two prospects because Jorge Alfaro balled out of his mind this spring. So he made the big league club along Austin Nola as your catchers for the Padres. So they got two prospects back. And then this morning, which we've talked about, Chris Paddock, Pagan went to the Twins in exchange for Taylor Rogers, who is projected to maybe be the closer of this team, and Brent Rooker, who will start at AAA.
Okay, let's go back to the first one here. Just keep it on the screen for a second. The Brewers get Victor Caratini and money from the Padres, and the Padres get who's Brett Sullivan and Corey Howell.
Yeah, so Brett Sullivan is a catcher. He was at AAA last season, hit 223, 9 home runs, 35 RBIs. And Corey Howell was an outfielder, spent time at single and AA, hit 244, 16 home runs, and 51 RBIs combined.
All right, so hold on a second. I hate to keep doing this to you. Go back to the other slide. So the Padres give up a major league catcher and some money, and in exchange, the Padres get from the Brewers two prospects, right? Two guys to go into their system. One was a AAA player last year. One was a guy making his way up to AA. Two guys look like they've got decent bats, based on average and home runs. So that's what the Padres did. They gave up a catcher and some money to refresh the minor league system or add to the minor league system. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Now go to the top one because this is the much bigger trade.
Right. So this is Taylor Rogers, who's a relief pitcher. And like Browner said, the Twins all-star representative last season at a 3.35 ERA and 40 innings pitched, 9 saves. 2 years before COVID, he had 30 saves. So he has the ability to be a closer. And Brent Rooker, who was an outfielder last year, only played in 58 games for the Twins, 201, 9 home runs, 16 RBIs.
All right. Well, but that explains a lot though, right? I mean, you give up two pitchers that are not very good, that aren't going to be able to help you. And what you get in exchanges, and Browner says that, he's an all-star. Okay, right. He is. He's got that on his resume. He's an all-star pitcher. And then you get another outfielder. And Alex, you have pointed out many times that the Padres don't have a lot of depth in the outfield. So you're getting rid of two pitchers that are not going to help you in exchange for essentially a backup outfielder and a relief pitcher who may be your closer. So again,
likely to be a closer because I believe I can't name you who the Padres closer would be. It would have been Pagan. I have no idea.
Well, it's certainly a hole in the roster. So now they've
Right.
gotten rid of 2 guys that can't help for 1 guy that might be able to help and has some credentials, and another guy who didn't play that many games last year but is already a major league outfielder. So again, I like the move. I got to say, I like the move. For somebody who's been as critical of AJ Preller as I've been, I will just say this, that the moves that he's made in the preseason, you're right. Matt Beatty is not some all-star. It's not like the Dodgers battled and fought. We have to give, we got to get something for him. For the Dodgers to give the Padres anything, that just goes to show you how little the Dodgers thought about what he was going to do for their roster.
But to be fair to Beatty, he's probably significantly better than Profar, playing every single day.
Well, we're going to find that out, I suppose. Let's take a look here at the projected, or what I guess is now today.
It's not projected.
Now it's the official opening day roster. And there you go. Go ahead, Alex. Let's put it up on the screen. Here we go.
Yeah, so they broke it down. I got the email earlier, and they broke it down with left and right-handed pitchers. 2 surprises, I would say. I believe Robert Suarez and Steven Wilson are also making their major league debut, along with CJ Abrams. So that is your pitchers. Catchers, Jorge Alfaro and Austin Nola, not Luis Campusano. Now, obviously, Victor Caratini was traded. And infield, CJ Abrams. They listed Matt Beatty as an infielder. Jake Cronenworth, Eric Hosmer, Hassan Kim, Manny Machado, and Luke Voigt. Outfield, Jose Azocar is also making his major league debut. Trent Grisham, Will Myers, and Jerickson Profar.
Now, where's Jose Azo? Did you say? I don't know him. I don't know his career.
Well, he's making his major league debut.
Is he coming up through the Padres system? Was he considered one of their upper echelon prospects?
No, he had a good spring though. So
okay, all right.
Just needed outfielders, dude. This is a team where if you got Abrams, you got Kim, you got Profar, you got Hosmer, Voigt, Machado's going to be penciled. Cronenworth, they're all going to be penciled in the infield. They needed some.
What are they doing with the kid Rooker that they just got from?
He's in AAA.
Okay, so he actually is going to start the season down in AAA. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Put it up on the screen one more time. In fact, put us all on the screen. Let's take a look at it. Browner, you are the guy who has self-proclaimed become the driver of the Padre bandwagon in town. Alex and I have both proclaimed that we will not get excited until after the All-Star break. And excited, by the way, could mean really hyped and happy about the way things are going, or it could be the opposite direction where we start just looking to whack people. But not gonna get excited until after the All-Star break. So Browner, if we put the opening day roster back up on the screen, you'll notice one thing that's very important on the infielder side of things. There is no Fernando Tatis. We understand why that is.
60-day IL. Will not be back before June.
So what you're missing here is your superstar. You've got Manny Machado, who's a star, but you're missing your superstar. So Browner, as you look at that roster, Alex can put it back up for us. What do you think, Browner?
I like it. I like it a lot. I think CJ Abrams is going to be that energy that we were looking for that Tatis gave you to start the season. I don't know where they're going to play him. I would prefer to see him at shortstop and see either Cronenworth in left field or first base, but I don't think I'm going to get that no time soon. So I'm happy with the roster as it is constituted. I think the only question I have is where the hell is Mackenzie Gore? So now I got to do this whole thing again for about four, maybe 5 weeks until we see him. But outside of where's Mackenzie Gore, this is kind of like what I wanted, what I expected. So I got what I wanted. I'm ready to go to bat, man. I'm ready to go to bat. When it comes time today in Arizona to face that bum Gardner, Dub's coming.
So John Stradamus, let me ask you a question. You're the excited one here. MLB win totals came out. Obviously, the Dodgers projected to win the most. I find that number very low, by the way.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look here at what is projected here in terms of win totals, as it's being, like I said, projected. All right, go ahead, Alex.
Ooh, that's tiny.
Yeah, it is. Sorry, I didn't make
it's tiny.
So you got Dodgers going 98.5. Braves 91. This is the National League. Braves 91.5. And who do you see right there? But
89.
the Padres 89.5. That's a lot of wins, man.
So I'm looking at
a lot of wins.
I'm like, Browner, you're cracking me up. Browner is like moving his head. For those of you that are listening, Great friends, for those of you that are listening, Browner is like moving his head away from his mic and then sticking his head way up close to his computer screen so he can see it. Now, if you're watching tonight on Cox Your View, hopefully you got a big ass TV and you can see what's going on. Look at Browner. Browner's all up in it. So, Alex, just list it for us one more time. So the Dodgers are favored to win the most games, right?
Yeah, Braves are second, 91.5.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the Brewers at 89.5 and the Padres at 89.5, followed by the Mets at 88.5.
Okay.
All right. Last year, as a recap, Padres won 79.
Okay. And this year they're projected to win 89.5. Okay.
Which I would, if I'm a betting man, I'm betting the under.
Yeah, me too. I'm inclined to immediately bet the under. I know, but here's the thing. It's not just a betting man. You got to understand something. If you're a betting man who also happens to be a Padres follower for an extended period of time, like Browner took over the bandwagon 2 years ago. But if you've been following the Padres for your whole life, or like me for 20 years, your natural inclination is to just turn negative. So 89.
Well, here's the way I'm approaching it.
I'm looking at it like 89.5. That's a lot, especially without Tatis.
Here's the way I'm approaching it, and I hope this makes sense to fellow Padre fans that have been fans for a long time. Last season, I was high on them, and I would bet the over. I did bet the over, and I was disappointed in the once-in-a-century collapse. This year, this is the way I would bet. Under, because if they go over, I would gladly lose that money because that means it went over. Tips from a betting man. There you go.
92 and
John
a half.
Stradamus.
92.5.
Just remember, everybody, that in the shortened season, the 60-game season, Browner said that the Padres were going to win 37 games, and they won
37.
All right, there you go.
So
All
what
right,
I'm
so
telling
your
y'all,
official-
92.5, because I believe C.J. Abrams is about to make some noise, and I mean
They
noise.
can't win
noise.
92.5.
You can't?
Yeah.
You got to win 92 or 93.
Oh, you can't win half a game?
You can't win half a
Oh,
game.
Browner, I didn't know that. I didn't know they could only
92. I
Oh,
thought we were
what-
doing what the bettors do.
No, that's just for the betting.
Oh, 92 then.
Over under 92.
92. I'm going full 92 wins because I believe C.J. Abrams is going to light the league on fire for about a month. Then he's going to come down to earth. He going to kind of level out because the league going to learn him. Then he's going to have to relearn the league. And then at that point, by the time he's on his way back up, Tatis will be coming back. Manny will be in mid-season form. We'll be rid of Hosmer by then. Myers will be giving us something. Not a lot. Still, the same old here and there. But we're going to get a career year out of Manny Machado. Calling
tell you
that
this.
right now.
Let me tell you this. If I were the Padres, and without scouting C.J. Abrams at all, meaning I didn't go to spring training this year, I didn't go watch spring training games, without scouting the kid one bit, here's what I would do if I were the Padres. I put him in center field. Seriously. Because if you're telling me that Fernando Tatis can go from playing shortstop and being injured, and he can go play right field or center field, then I'm going to just assume that C.J. Abrams is enough of a baseball player and enough of an athlete that he can go play center field. I got it. It may not necessarily be his natural position. But if you tell me,
we also have a Gold Glover in center
well,
field?
I'm just saying, listen, you can move him. You can move him to right field and put Myers in left. You could put him in left. I'm
Right.
just saying that he's an athletic guy who's probably got the kind of speed to deal with that kind of a deep outfield. I need to have C.J. Abrams because he's your number one prospect. I need to have this guy in the lineup is what I'm trying to get at. So I'm going to find a way to get him on the field. That's what I'm trying to say. Your point is well made, Alex.
100% agree with that. A guy who's the number 5 prospect in Major League Baseball should be skilled enough. You don't get to be the number 5 prospect and not be skilled enough to learn a position that I'm pretty sure at some point in time you've shagged a couple of balls out there. So I
just like how you guys are like, I'm just because this is what the Padres have done to us because what they did to Tatis last year. It's like he became a number 5 prospect as a shortstop. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, it's like you don't just make guys like, oh, he's the number 4 prospect as a wide receiver. Let's make him a corner.
listen, let me
You know,
speak to
like,
from
so you guys are acting right now. It's like,
Well,
dude, he is an infielder.
let me make a very listen. Let me make an astute. Let me give y'all some astute baseball knowledge, all right? Because I know y'all not really, that deep into the game. Y'all
Like
Angels
you,
fans,
not
y'all
like
don't
you,
get it.
not like you.
Right, nerd.
Oftentimes, the shortstop is the most athletic position, so therefore you can put that said player anywhere on the field. Okay, so left field, right field, center field. It won't really matter because he'll be able to adjust as he gets out there. So again, the shortstop can oftentimes play more positions. So most guys coming up are at shortstop, and so they end up at different positions.
I don't know, Alex. Your
Ain't a big deal, baby.
Your comparison of moving a wide receiver to a defensive back. The reason I don't love that comparison is because you're talking about going from offense to defense. What we're talking about here is his natural defensive position is short, and you're asking him to play a different defensive position, and he's got the athleticism to handle it. All I'm saying is this, is that when the question about Tatis was, should he start on the major league club? My answer was, bring him up, start him now. If he's this good and if he's going to be this much of an impact guy, don't wait 12 games or 15 games or a month. Don't tell me about all the service time BS. Get the kid on the field. They did. All I'm saying about CJ Abrams is that he's coming off of a knee injury a year ago. He's your top prospect. You're trying to put the best team on the field that you can. Find a place for the kid to play. And by the way, I know what you're saying about Kim and being a really good defensive shortstop. Truth be told, I'd rather see Abrams play shortstop just to see what your number one prospect looks like on the field. That's all.
I got nothing against Kim. I want a guy with range. If you can't get there, what good do you do me? Now, will you make the play? Maybe, maybe not. But I need that threat to be able to, the threat of making the play to exist than a guy that has limited range that he can't get that ball.
About one last thing on the Padres real quick. And then, we'll talk about this as the afternoon goes on. But isn't it incredible how the Padres now spend money? I was
right. Well, it took so long.
I was brainwashed by previous ownership to be told that the Padres will never be able to spend with the Dodgers because the Dodgers television rights deal is, call it $500 million, and the Padres television rights deal is, call it $100 million. These are just round made up numbers, but you understand the disparity between the two. And I was always told and brainwashed, the Padres will never be able to play in the same pool as the Dodgers because they can't keep up financially. But the Padres payroll right now is nearby $230 million, which
no, their luxury tax is there. Their payroll is 205.
Okay, splitting hairs. My point is the luxury tax payroll part of it. That means the Padres probably have top 5 payroll in all of baseball, right? So,
and look at all the holes they have. Great job, AJ.
Yeah.
Look, man. You got to spend money in baseball.
Would you
rather have a team with a $37 million payroll like the Cleveland Guardian, Indian, whatever the hell they are at this point?
Of course,
you want that?
We've had that here for decades. My point being, this goes back to last year into why I am so down on AJ Preller is he got the green light to be a top 5 spending team, and this is what he did with it. That's my point. That's why I don't trust the guy.
Which you had to do. He paid Fernando Tatis, which anybody at any organization would have done. They paid Myers because you thought he was going to be something. He turned out to be what he is. It is what it is. You had to give Eric Hosmer the money to get him here because you thought he would be a leader in the locker room. That didn't necessarily work out. Who's our opening day starter? You, Darvish, had to pay your number one. Like, what problem you got with the money? You got to spend money in baseball. I'm so confused at why you think this is like a bad thing.
Right. Hosmer and Myers,
2 of the 5 guys just listed are exactly the problem that I have. They're a disaster. Those moves get GMs fired. The collapse that they had last year get GMs fired.
All right, hold on one second. Hold on really quick. Browner, let's go back to this. Let's go back to it here.
How do you hold on real quick? How do you put Hosmer and Myers as your defense here?
Because you got to spend money on players. You couldn't have got Eric Hosmer here without paying him the money.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe you shouldn't have. Your job is to figure out talent, and you swung and missed on that.
You're lucky we out of time.
No. Listen, we got plenty of time, as you said. We got plenty of time, but I do want to mention everybody.
Well, then let's come on back.
All right, we are coming back. Relax. I want to remind everybody about our
baseball.
Baseball. It's apple pie, hot dogs, dads and sons, baseball. I do want to remind everybody about rideoneup.com, or in this case, rideoneup.co. rideoneup.co/great friends. This is a really great sponsor, and I'm so happy to have these guys as part of the show. Daniel Urbino is the CEO. He's been a Great Friends listener for so many years. He contacted me. He said, hey, I know you're into e-biking. I got to show you the bikes that we have. And it's one of those things where now I feel like a moron because the bike that I bought was over $3,000. The exact same bike, only better from Ride One Up, is like $1,500. It's called the Cafe Cruiser, by the way, if you're looking on their website. That's the one that I ride. Great battery, really excellent braking system, super comfortable ride, and flies up the hills because it's a lot lighter than the bike that I bought for way too much money. rideoneup.co/greatfriends. Browner, you going to be riding down to Petco at all?
Oh, listen, today I'm riding down to Petco because I'm getting tickets. I'm getting tickets, baby. So my hair will be in the wind down to Petco to get tickets. I'm going to the second game, not the opening day game. I'm taking the baby to the second game.
You should put one of those little baby carrying things on the bike. No, seriously, the baby will love it.
I would do that.
Mom's
the
not
other
gonna
party may not agree.
I understand. rideoneup.co/greatfriends. Put in great friends at checkout. You'll save an additional $75. rideoneup.co/greatfriends. All right, more coming back on opening day.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on Your View.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
Here's Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
Orange County Soccer Club got the 5-2 win in the U.S. Open Cup second round against the National Independent Soccer Association's LA Force on Tuesday night. 5 different players found the net for OCSC. Daniel Peterson got the scoring started in the 24th minute. It was his first OCSC goal. Not long after, Milan Iloski found the net off a header from an errant pass from the Force goalkeeper. Then 2 minutes later, Ugo Okoli tallied on more. Miko Kaningas added on to the scoring in the second half with a goal in the 53rd minute for his first goal of the season. Then in the 69th minute, Kobe Henry scored his second goal of his professional career, finding the net to seal the 5-2 win. OCSC's next round U.S. Open opponent will be announced on Friday. On Saturday, they'll take on San Antonio FC in USL action in a 2021 Western Conference Final rematch. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt Powerhouse, bringing you the new generation of radio up and down all of California with a little bit of attitude. This is SoCal Sports Talk, the all-new and mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on YourView.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on YourView.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on YourView.
Hollander Dental is unique because we have been serving the Carlsbad community for over 25 years. We have a very spacious office with ample parking and state-of-the-art technology. The office has been newly renovated, so all the equipment and facility is brand new. Any patient visiting Hollander Dental can expect to be taken care of at every step of their visit.
With care and love and support. So when we're going through tough times, as dental work is and can be, they make it easy for us as patients.
Investing in your smile and your overall dental health in the long run will help you save money by preventing other medical conditions.
I would absolutely recommend Hollander Dental.
I do recommend Hollander Dental to anyone I know who needs something done.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hanging out at the beach? What a lifestyle. And you could be here every day if you entered the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego.
Grand prize is this multi-million-dollar home 1 block from the ocean. Or you can win a sports car, a dream vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a fabulous prize. The Giving Back Raffle helps families in need, like the Uggan family. Visit sdraffle.com to learn more.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on YourView. If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on YourView, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 a.m. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Your Health is brought to you by If Your Mouth Could Talk by Dr.